MVP. Congratulations. Nikola Jokic has broken something. Gilbert Arenas and the whole NBA world are talking about it. I don't like to ruin people's fun, but I'm not happy with this one. Jokic is probably the worst MVP winner ever, statistically speaking. What do you think? Should Jokic have won his third most valuable player award? I don't think so. I have a vote, and he didn't get my vote. My vote went to Shigu. Now, Jokic just won his third MVP, joining a group of really good NBA players. But it seems like fans and sports reporters don't agree about how great he is. What's going on with all the hate? Why do people seem happy when Jokic fails? I looked into Jokic's career this MVP season and all the NBA hot takes to see if there's actually a reason he should get hate. What I found out about him in this NBA story will surprise you. Here are 3 Hall of Fame centers and their single-season playoff stats. Player A played 19 games and scored 28 points. Got 12 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks per game. Player B scored 29 points, got 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 4 assists per game. Player C scored 30 points, got 13 rebounds, 9 assists, and 1 steal per game. I know the game has changed a lot over the years, so take this with a grain of salt. But these guys all have pretty similar numbers, except for player C. C did better than both in points, rebounds, assists, and shooting percentage. So, can you guess who these players are? Player A is Shaq back in 2002 during his 3rd championship run with Kobe and the Lakers. Player B is Hakeem Olajuwon in 1994. The season he won MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, and a championship. And player C is Nikola Jokic from 2024. Again, I'm not saying you can directly compare stats from different times or that Jokic doesn't deserve some criticism, especially since he lost. But I find it really interesting to see these numbers compared to the story people tell about him. Jokic isn't built like a statue. Yeah. But not like Shaq. This makes me think there's something wrong with the NBA media. In a really important Game 5 in Denver, Jokic had one of the best playoff games we've seen in years. He scored 40 points, had 16 assists, grabbed 7 rebounds, got a block, and a steal. Plus, he didn't turn the ball over once. It was pure dominance. Just check out his moves here. He did fake moves this way, then that way. Here's a spin move to a basket where he got fouled and a step back 3. All of this against the Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, and a team that was built just to stop him. After a performance like this, surely his greatness was the #1 topic on sports shows the next morning. To look at a Defensive Player of the Year who plays the same position and say, hey, could you do something about this just a little bit? Instead of praising what Jokic just did, the media went on to blame Gobert, making it seem like what Jokic did was normal or could have been. Stop. Imagine if this was Anthony Edwards. What would the NBA world say then? Michael Jordan's son strikes again. He's the next face of the league, but for Nikola Jokic, the praise never comes easy. It seems like he's more likely to be criticized or ignored completely. Remember last year in 2023, the Jokic hysteria had reached a breaking point. Jokic is having his numbers padded. Is that what you're saying? You heard what I said. Jokic can win his championship. No one's going to care. Let's just be honest. Even though he had another amazing regular season, the media said he needed to prove himself in the playoffs first before being considered an MVP again. Fair enough. They say this about all the greats, but they forgot that Jokic always had amazing playoff numbers, even through injuries, missing players, and bad teams. Jokic must have finally had enough because he went on to dominate the Western Conference and beat the Miami Heat in the finals. Coming into this season, you'd think the conversation would be different. No more disrespect, no more overlooking him. Nikola Jokic is the best big man of this generation. The players seem to know it. He's strong. He's 7 feet tall. He's got amazing touch, but for some reason in the media, he still gets hate. When you look at the list of league MVPs over history, I say this with respect to Jokic, historically speaking, he would be the worst one we've had in 35 years. Real question is, why does the NBA media hate you? Is it because he doesn't have a big personality? Do they think his game is boring? Is he just not marketable to fans? Until recently, the answer had been all three. First, the NBA is an American league and has always shown bias towards their American stars. Second, NBA fans want to be entertained on and off the court. So the media focuses on players with big personalities who talk about NBA stuff. And third, Nikola Jokic is really not marketable. The media finally found an angle with the whole NBA is a day job story. But for Jokic in general, he simply isn't about that life. He's like the modern day Tim Duncan. He just wants to dominate games, win championships, and be left alone. He doesn't want the fame or the social media spotlight. He doesn't want to sell a billion shoes or become a brand. He just wants to play the game he loves and live his life. Who has a problem with that? Well, the NBA media still does, I guess. But if a healthy Embiid versus a healthy Jokic, I'm taking Embiid. But go ahead. Now, this is nothing new for Nikola Jokic. He's been overlooked his entire NBA career in his pre-draft scouting report. One person said he could be a poor man's something and would probably be a 4th or 5th scoring option. Another scout said his defense will likely prevent him from playing 30-plus minutes or ever starting. Then when he did get drafted, it was during a Taco Bell commercial. He's been a complete nobody that no one thought would amount to anything. Listen to the commentators when he made his first shot in the NBA. They were looking so much forward to, has been a joyful experience for the Denver Nuggets. Everybody's hit shots. Now that guy, they seemingly laughed him off, but that guy has completely turned the Nuggets franchise around, giving them their first title in 47 years, leading a future dynasty in Denver. He's a 3-time NBA MVP, NBA Finals MVP, and first ballot Hall of Famer. Joker and Ant-Man having some discussion right there. Joker didn't like the foul. Still, with all that success and beating the odds over and over again. And despite another amazing individual performance in the playoffs, all the blame for losing in the second round was put on Jokic. We immediately saw the story about how the Nuggets have failed to beat a team with over 50 wins in the playoffs since Jokic had been there. But has Jokic actually had an easier run through the playoffs? Is he really just lucky and he's just been getting easy matchups? I don't think so. The 3 best defensive centers in basketball over the last 3 years have been Rudy Gobert, Bam Adebayo, and Anthony Davis. They are the most feared defenders in the paint in the NBA, unless your name is Nikola Jokic. Because just last year, he ran through all of them. In the first round, Jokic faced off against Rudy Gobert. In 5 games, he averaged 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. Then, in the conference finals, Jokic was defended by Anthony Davis. Once again, he dominated this matchup. 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists per game. And then in the finals, Jokic was guarded by Bam Adebayo. In classic Jokic fashion, he made his game even better. 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists on his way to winning his first NBA championship. He literally went through the 3 best defenders at his position. Although this year he fell short, Jokic again still dominated his opponents. In the first round, he saw Anthony Davis and again averaged 28 points, 16 rebounds, and 9 assists, nearly a triple. After Davis, Jokic was guarded again by Rudy Gobert and averaged 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. It's clear it's not totally Jokic's fault for the Nuggets' disappointing ending. No matter how good of a defender you throw at him, he's going to find a way to dominate the matchup. And no matter what he does, I think the NBA media will always find a way to put down his Hall of Fame career. And it's because he doesn't really entertain the media or fans off the court. You'll never catch him on social media. He doesn't give off a larger-than-life personality. Nikola Jokic is a normal guy who's extremely talented at basketball and gets paid very, very well to play. For any fan that can appreciate basketball for the game itself, Jokic is the perfect star. He never backs down from the big moments. He respects the game and takes it seriously at all times. He'll definitely go on to become a Hall of Famer and go down as one of the greatest centers to ever play. So whether the media and casual fans respect him or not, Jokic will continue to dominate. Their favorite player and then go on to play with his horses after. And for that reason, maybe we should appreciate just how unique this guy is and start putting him in his own category of success. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Does Nikola Jokic deserve all the hate, or has his personality just broken the NBA media?